Noisy Pixel.
There are a few visual novels that I'm constantly told to play. Fault Milestone 1 happens to be one of those. Stubbornly, I avoided getting to the title, but with its recent Switch release, I believe it's finally time to commit to this adventure. Fault Milestone 1 opens with a battle. Unknown to the reader at the time, an assault is taking place on the castle. Through this opening you meet a handful of antagonist characters, as well as learn a little bit about their distaste for the royal family. The mission was to capture the princess, Selphine, but her friend and guard, Rotona, wasn't going to allow that to happen. After putting on a tough fight, Rotona and Selphine had almost met their match. That is until they were able to teleport hundreds of miles away to what is known as the Outer Circle. Shortly after arriving, the two girls meet Rune, a strange girl who gets excited easily. What begins as a simple request to guide them through the city of Kadia becomes a much larger mystery. It's here that the story takes a different tone. The opening of the game felt like an action movie with epic cuts and animated scenes. This all comes to a standstill after Rotona and Selphine set out on an adventure to get back home. With that said, even with the change of pacing, I wouldn't say that the story is hurt because of it. You see, Rune is a huge part of this story, and you begin to understand this early on. Everything about her is unique, and somehow the writing here hides that from the reader for a slow reveal. It's interesting as a reader, you experience this region along with Rotona and Selphine. Even though they are the cause of this adventure, you are just as much of a passenger as they are. Their relationship together is pure and lighthearted, but they aren't afraid to speak up or let each other know when the other is wrong. It's also good to point out that their personalities are vastly different, and yet they often end up at the same conclusion even if they take different paths. It's easy to see why these two are friends, and I can only commend the game's writing for conveying that so expertly. With that said, scenes in the game can come off as rather chatty. Each character likes to reiterate things they've already said, or just repeat something, which makes the game feel a lot longer than 5 hours. Aside from the story, the best part about the game is the in-depth encyclopedia found in the game's menu. Each key term and region spoken about show up here to give players an easy way to explain what things mean. Fault Milestone 1's presentation is of the highest quality. Each illustration is beautiful and the CGs provide a great look at the events that take place. However, sometimes I found it hard to keep track of who was talking during dialogue scenes since the game doesn't have voiceover. On the Switch, the soundtrack for the game has also been updated, and it's lovely. Being that this is a short visual novel, the Switch's portability allows you to put in 30 minutes here and there throughout your day. There isn't a rush to get through the story, which makes it satisfying in short bursts. Fault Milestone 1 is unlike any visual novel I've played. The quality and presentation are so unique that it can only be described as a labor of love. It's as if the developer knew exactly what they wanted from a visual novel and decided to make it, even if it wasn't conventional at the time. The level of quality and storytelling and character development in such a short adventure is simply inspiring. While the scenes can be a bit chatty, I found it difficult to put the game down. It's a breath of fresh air compared to other visual novels, and most surprisingly, it doesn't resemble a game that was released more than 5 years ago. I'm glad to have finally experienced this adventure and can now recommend it to others as it was recommended to me. Noisy Pixel is giving Fault Milestone 1 a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.